Today we have brought you the latest Tesla news. Tesla China expected to deliver over 100,000 EVs in September. Tesla Giga Berlin to hold public info session on September 11 to discuss future expansion. Axa Insurance says sorry for faking Tesla battery fire. And Tesla mobile app update adds several undocumented features, such as Supercharger details, Autopilot mileage, and more. Let's get into all the details. So let's get started. Tesla China has been rocking and rolling since the Shanghai factory reopened earlier this spring after being closed down along with several other manufacturing plants due to COVID-19 restrictions. China's COVID-related shutdowns were pretty painful for its local economy and residents and affected the global supply chain. However, Tesla has proven to be pretty resilient when facing challenges, and despite the claims of woes by critics, Tesla's proving to be unstoppable. Recently, Troy Teslike said that the Tesla China team is expecting to deliver over 100,000 cars in September, which will be a new record. He added that the highest month last year was 71,000 in December, and that the highest month this year was in June at 78,000. In June, Tesla China had its highest monthly EV sales with 78,906 made in China vehicles, translating to a 142% month-over-month increase. So we really wouldn't have the results that we have had this year without the great efforts of the Tesla China team, so I'm super appreciative of that, and we'll see the Shanghai factory continue to scale quite a bit from where it is right now. I think we really could expect that to be over time, a factory that produces over 1 million vehicles a year, Elon Musk said at the 2020 annual shareholder meeting. Troy Teslike's tweet shows that Tesla China is setting the stage for Tesla to meet that goal in the coming years. If Tesla is able to deliver over 100,000 cars per month for the next 10 months, it will have met that goal by June 2023. That is, if there are no more challenges such as shutdowns and supply chain issues flaring up here or there to prevent Tesla from meeting its goals. Moving to the next update, Tesla Giga Berlin to hold public info session on September 11 to discuss future expansion. Tesla Giga Berlin will hold a public information session for locals to talk about its future expansion. The event is scheduled for September 11 and does not require a personal invitation. Tesla is extremely important for the whole of Germany and the federal state of Brandenburg in particular. However, the manufacturer encountered some difficulties during the planning and construction of the factory. Lacking sufficient information, people's opinions were manipulated by organizations whose participation in the whole process aroused many suspicions. However, Tesla is committed to raising people's awareness of the company, Giga Berlin, and its future plans in the region. At the end of May, it became known that Tesla was going to expand the factory by acquiring a 100-hectare plot of land, which is located next to the existing one on the east side. At the end of May, the company filed a corresponding application, thereby launching the expansion process. The municipality of Grünheide, in the Oder-Spree region on June 3, also took the first step, and the majority of the members of the main committee approved Tesla's expansion plans and recommended that the local council initiate the procedure for designing a new development plan. Tesla will now hold a special information event, according to Drive Tesla. Its purpose is to provide information about what the manufacturer has already done at Giga Berlin and what the proposed plant expansion means for them. The event is scheduled for September 11, 2022, at the Michelsprühhalle in Hangelsburg, just 10 minutes from Giga Berlin. The event is open to the public and does not require an invitation. The information session will be held from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. local time. Tesla staff will set up information booths on various topics. In addition, participants will have the opportunity to test drive the Model Y SUV. Broad awareness of the locals can be the very key that significantly stimulates the development of Tesla in the region. That is why the manufacturer continues to pay special attention to this issue. Moving to the next update, Axa Insurance says sorry for faking Tesla battery fire. Axa Insurance issued an apology for faking the Tesla battery fire. A few days ago, the company was on a mission to prove that Tesla batteries can catch on fire and simulated a test on public streets. The test involved a Tesla Model S pyrotechnics but did not involve the batteries, the main object they were trying to prove would catch on fire. Recently, Axa published an apology letter stating that it regretted that this year's edition of the crash tests may have conveyed a bad impression of electromobility or created misunderstandings. Axa said that it's been committed to improving road safety for over 40 years and that its crash tests are part of its prevention work to educate the general public. The company then said that its statistics show that owners of EVs are responsible for 50% more collisions, causing damage to their own vehicle, compared with drivers of traditional combustion vehicles. They also show that drivers of powerful electric vehicles are more likely to cause damage to their own vehicle or to third-party vehicles. It is to these statistical results that we wanted to draw attention during this year's crash tests, while presenting the dangers that can arise in accidents involving electric cars, Axa said. The company said that it realized that these particular tests could have misled the public, especially anyone who wasn't on site during the tests and who could not attend the testing at its various stages. It's good that Axa is taking ownership here, but we find it strange that they are only doing so after being called out by various media outlets for faking the battery fire. Our questions still remain unanswered, however. How is it legal for any company to openly test a vehicle in this manner on public roads? If they were worried about safety, they shouldn't be testing and setting cars on fire in places where innocent people could get hurt. Did they have a permit or some type of agency approval for testing? Perhaps they do things differently in Europe. We are not an expert at crash tests. We would assume that the NHTSA would have its own testing facility that is away from the public. If they want to do these tests the right way, then they need to find a safe location that doesn't give the public access and test the EVs there with the batteries in the vehicle. Moving to the last update, Tesla mobile app update adds several undocumented features such as Supercharger details, Autopilot mileage, and more. Earlier this week, Tesla released a new version of their mobile app, version 4.12.0, with the release notes only mentioning two new features, the addition of tire pressures and some new Powerwall support videos. However, there were several other new features added that really should have been included in the release notes, as owners may not be aware of them. First one is the Supercharger details. Tapping on the location tab in the app now reveals more details about nearby superchargers. Similar to the details that are available in the vehicle, you can now see a station's max power output. You can still view the number of stalls available and the distance to the supercharger. Tapping on an individual supercharger location also now reveals even more information, including icons for nearby amenities like Wi-Fi, restrooms, food and drinks, and more. Unfortunately, tapping on the icons doesn't show you more information like it does in the vehicle. The second one is distance driven on Autopilot. Tesla fans have long been asking Elon Musk for an additional trip meter that displays the distance driven with Autopilot engaged. With this app update, they have sort of responded to that request, but there are a few catches. The distance driven on Autopilot is only available for those owners with safety score, both for FSD Beta and Tesla Insurance, and the distance displayed is only for the last 30 days that are used to calculate your safety score. To access, simply tap on the eye in the top right corner of the safety score page in the app. The third one is open frunk or trunk confirmation. With this app update, you are no longer asked, "Are you sure?" when you try to open your frunk or trunk through the mobile app, but only when you are within Bluetooth range of your vehicle. If you are further away, you are still asked the question. This is likely because in most cases, you can still physically see your car when you are within Bluetooth range. The fourth one is managing additional drivers. Since October last year, you have been able to add additional drivers through the mobile app. Tesla has updated the interface slightly, and you can now manage drivers from the bottom of the main screen. You can also still access these controls through the now renamed Security and Drivers tab. Additionally, those additional drivers can now remove their access from their mobile app. That's it for now. So what are your thoughts about this? Let us know in the comments. Stay tuned at the Electric Arena for all the latest Tesla and electric vehicle news.